Happy October 2023 Double Down Day. It is 6:53 a.m. Eastern, and I am sitting here with Kay, who is going to be my guest this morning. Diane, Devin, and Born of a Maiden are already in chat. Mel's at 9 a.m. Let's go ahead and get a little bit of everything started. You're going to see some behind the scenes today as far as what goes on for me as not just a writer, but also as an admin for Heart Breathings for Double Down Day. So what's it like behind the camera? Come along, let's find out. Plus, it's just fun to hang out. It's lonely back here. Alright, I want to take you out. I'll enter you. I'll see you in a little bit. And here we go. Hey, you! Are you awake out there? It's Saturday morning. No, it's not a TV show, but it should feel like it. Welcome to Double Down Day. It feels like homeroom. Do you have coffee? Do you have breakfast? Do you have lunch? Whatever it is, let's get started. Hello there everybody. Welcome back to another Heart Breathings Writing Retreat. I almost said Writing Retreat Weekend. That's wrong. That's in 2 weeks. Double Down Day weekend. The goal today is to double your output in any way, shape, and form. My name is Jenna O'Malley. I am your soul writer, author of sci-fi, fantasy with dashes of romance and nerdy references, and I have a friend with me today. Most of you, pardon me, most of you know her. Most of you adore her, and if you don't, go sub to her channel right now. Kay! So as you can see, we try to make things, I'm trying to make sure I'm muted. We try to make things a lot of fun, conversational. I love doing collaborative things with my fellow Heart Breathings hosts, and I think it makes it a lot more fun for the audience. At the same time, keep out an eye for the last Friday in October. There may be a costume party with guests that night with me, so if you want to go ahead and check that out, keep an eye out for details around here, my Instagram, my Facebook, or so on. So what am I working on today? First and foremost, I gotta wake up. One of the reasons why I love doing homeroom mindset is what I call it for Double Down Day. As far as the first sprint in the morning goes, I know it's 7 a.m. I know, one, in this apartment complex, some of my neighbors are like, why is she being so talkative at 7 a.m.? 2, the Cheesecake Man is next door. So I try to keep a little cognizant of that. And I also know that a lot of people in my chats are in different time zones. Inca is in the UK. Rita is in Canada, a couple hours behind me time-wise, for example. And I know it's not even quite dawn. I'm actually looking out the window. No, dawn has not broken quite yet. It is that time of year where Double Down Day does not come with dawn at my stream. It comes by Melissa's stream, basically. So that's okay, but that's why I'm like, you know, bring your coffee, Sit there, cover your head up with your hoodie if you need to, put on music, do what you need to do. And I love it. Sarah, thank you for making this community a safe haven, especially for shy hermit people like us who don't come off as shy anymore because of doing this. So, thank you. On the other hand, what am I doing today? Obviously, I'm drinking more of this because I'm rambling and I'm not focusing. Boy, am I rambling and not focusing. So, what do I normally do? First things first, I gotta get out the gist list and make sure that it has everything on it I need to get done today. It's a short list, but it has a lot of long tasks on it because we went house hunting yesterday. No, I can't talk about it other than to say it's going a lot smoother than we thought it would. You'll have updates as I'm able to give them, is all I can say at this point. And I'm in catch-up mode from that. I should have dyed my hair. Whoops, that didn't happen. I look way older than my mid-30s with it, don't I? My wisdom highlights, that's what they are. My wisdom highlights. But yeah. I also plan on working through more of that stuff for Vitae Langica too. And I'll walk you through that here in a little bit. Hello, welcome on back. As you can tell, it's Melissa's turn. Kay and I just finished. It's a couple of minutes after 9. I need to get myself completely all woken up and moving and jiving for today. It took me forever to wake up this morning. So what all have I gotten done? I've gotten some of like my tarot draw for the day done. I've gotten some of my gratitude journaling done. Kitty cats, whether or not you can tell, have been fed. Moo's back there eating. Got another little pretty baby girl sitting over here being cute. A lot of odd and admin stuff that needed done with the changeover, not only of the month from September to October, but from Q3 to Q4. And now today can switch over to focusing on the two things I really needed to get done most. One, I need to get my newsletter out for the week before I do anything else. And I'm probably going to visit with Melissa and Chad and get that done. And then during Angela's sprints and beyond, I can focus on getting all of my plotting stuff for Vitae Langica 2 done, including putting out a chapter on my ream of Vitae Langica 1. I've been doing that to help me make sure that continuity is going okay and to help myself get back into the world. And it's been really, really, really super helpful. So I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is get into that newsletter stuff. If you want to switch over to the screen here, and I'll walk you through how I build my newsletter a little bit in Substack. Let's go. Welcome back on over to my computer screen, everybody. So I'm going to go ahead and hold down Control and use my scrolly button to scroll in a little bit there so you can see things a little bit better. If you want to go ahead and follow my newsletter over for Soul Writer's Side Quest, go ahead and check the link in the description box below. It's kind of an amalgamation of everything behind the scenes that is just everything behind the scenes with that doesn't make it to YouTube and other social media, basically. So I am sharing not just an insight to kind of match today's vlog with what's going on, with Double Down Day, but I also wanted to go ahead and include some new graphics and fun things. I tend to let the characters speak whenever they want to speak, Frey, and Rochelle showed up this time around, but that's because there's some of Rochelle's origin tale in here. I've been working on writing the origin tales for quite some time. So my newsletter usually can include some behind the scenes glimpses of things that you don't see elsewhere before it gets out there. At the same time, you can also get the audio only version of my podcast, Listening to the Voices in Our Heads. I have 2 guests coming up over the course of the month of October and early November to make up for missing September, which was partially on me because I was sick and we had to, contemplate dealing with this move. I can't talk much more about than to say we're moving by December, don't forget. So I should have more clarity in late October as to an actual move date and how it affects my schedule around here. But if you want to see what I'm doing for Preptober and NaNoWriMo, we need to transfer back over to my tablet so I can show you during Angela's sprints, because I'm about to finish my newsletter during Mel and go do some cleaning. During Angela's sprints at 1 p.m., I will go ahead and sit down here and actually show you what I'm doing to pair this with Sarah Cannon's Preptober workbook. See you in a bit. All right, everybody, welcome on to my desktop view. We're using all the camera angles today, aren't we? So what you saw there first is Sarah Cannon's Preptober planner. Go ahead and join her newsletter for Heart Breathings below if you want a copy of this. I already have some of the reflective journaling type questions she included there for the pre-building to get to this point. And I'm also using Tarot for Writers by Corrine Kenner, along with my tarot stickers and my tarot deck for writing. I love, love, love this book. It is very textbook feely, but it's highly detailed. It gives you an intro to tarot if you know nothing about tarot. It then goes into specifically what is the writer's tarot and how to use these things in connection to kind of build characters and build worlds. And the very end is the part I probably use the most. This is going to be a writer's guide to tarot cards. Essentially, it's a breakdown of how each of the card can be used for a character trope, scene, plot idea, symbology. If you're feeling the writer's block, it's super helpful. So I'm also going to use a couple of different pens here. Blue for Micah, magenta, pinky, purple for his lady, purple for me, black for the antagonist, and then a highlighter just in case I need one. I don't think I ended up using the highlighter long term at this point, but there's a point in the future where I will need a highlighter and matching felt tip pen for lining up some notes here with those reflective journaling questions I gave you a glance at earlier. And I'll do that before I translate everything over onto the screen. When am I doing that? Well, on October the 10th. So by the time this comes out, because we're running a little bit behind on the edit, hello from Slightly Future Me, we're going to go ahead and do this during the Ask the Editor Anything that I'm doing on Tuesday evening, October the 10th. So this is all the groundwork leading up to getting everything laid out and uploading it into OneNote, which is what I'll be doing during my 2 lives. I have another one that was originally on the 23rd, but that's virtual writing retreat weekend for Heart Breathings. So I moved it to the 15th. I still wanted to do a weekday and a weekend, so some of my scheduling things did change a little bit.
I know I don't have the greatest handwriting in the world, but I taught K-12 and I have horrible carpal tunnel. And yes, I know I never ever get my right hand done. I don't know what's going on with my nails here. Probably since we moved, if it's just my eczema and vitamin D and E issues that I have because of the PCOS and no gallbladder. I don't know if it's just they have changed the structure of my nails, but literally every time I put nail polish, even me or a professional does on my right hand, something's off. They're peeling off. So I don't know what's going on. I have tried a couple of different home remedies. I've tried a couple of different skin topical care lotion situations that are over the counter. I think it's time I'm going to have to start going to see a dermatologist again. The last time I did, they found out that I had a gallbladder going out on me and causing a bunch of vitamin issues I was already having to be exacerbated. Because if you didn't know, the gallbladder apparently helps with absorbing certain vitamins. So things like vitamin D and vitamin E orally don't absorb as well if you don't have a gallbladder, apparently. So yeah, if my levels are as low as I think they might be, we're talking some therapeutic injections potentially. Adjusting my camera there. Cody was a sweetheart. While Angela was doing the start of her sprints, he went out to the local convenience store. We have Sheetz, SHEETZ chain around here, and we had some points and things on our card from getting gas and whatnot there locally built up. And he went and got each of us a coffee. It was really nice of him to do that for Double Down Day. I greatly appreciated it. What you see me doing here is some mind mapping. Notice how I am just freeform drawing like flowchart arrows and using different colors to do it. This is all information that is summary in part from those reflective journaling questions. So I just gave myself the highlights that I need to remember to avoid digging back into the binder I showed you a little bit ago to access the information. So from here is where you're going to start seeing the actual tarot decks and the actual stickers and the book come into play. Yes, I'll link all three along with the links to heart breathings in the description box below for you. So I'm going to go ahead and take some notes from a workshop that I did about OneNote months ago with everybody and use those notes to fill in some dots. I love these stickers because they have a quick reference guide here. So if I forget my books at the house, or if I bring one of my mini decks with me instead, I can always reference what needs to be what and what keywords should keep me aligned into the moment. So these stickers are amazing. They're meant for planners or for tarot journaling. And I'm just finding the ones I need. And they're not quite tiny enough, so it'll take a little bit of finessing as far as laying things out. I'm going to give myself a color code key. I believe that the final vote is down between Evangeline, aka Alina, or Estra for Micah's lady friend's name. So notice how I have Micah's blue pen in hand. This card is specifically for him at the beginning. I'm also going to go ahead and make a note of what's going on with his beloved lady-to-be and just looking through the stickers, trying to get a pattern of what to do in which order and so on. Change out the pen color to her pinkish color. And I'm really just taking notes of what the cards could represent. I'm also tying in some things I know that are crucial to the plot based on previous things I have done in Sarah's Preptober workbook up to this point. So now we're at a point where we've caught up and transposed and connected all the notes I have had up to this time. I'm going to have to start drawing some new cards and adding some new notes. Some of the slots here will get 2 cards. If there's 2 cards on a line like what you saw me doing previously, then, or on this line even, that means that they're notes about the characters. But if you see a single line of tarot notes, a single sticker or no sticker, then likely it's a past thread coming through, because mind you, this is book 2 of a trilogy, okay? Or it's setting up future threads, or it's the antagonist, or the fact that this trilogy is the human side of the coin for what happens during the Myrna Annals books 6 through 10, aka season 2. Right now, season 1 of the Myrna Annals books 1 through 5, check out Ream Stories for more on those, are definitely set in 1665 through 1685. There's that 20-year span that I can guarantee it sits in from beginning to end. The epilogue of book 5 not included, because that's the connecting teaser thread to set up into how are we going to get a book 6 even more so. It compounds the 1 or 2 tiny threads that are left over from book 5 to cause the book 6. So as you can see here, I'm even letting the cards come out in reversals, but I don't always keep the reversal or the upright. Sometimes it makes sense, depending on what the card means in reverse and what's going on with the plot, to keep the reverse. Same with the upright. If the opposite that you're looking at is what you need, don't hesitate to make it what you need it to be. Now, I realize that some of these points on Sarah's plotting points outline portion have things happening potentially concurrently. So that also allowed me to be like, oh, let's include some mind mapping here a little bit of flow charting here, and block out 2 blocks to be a single block. So you're noticing now I'm also going into Corrine Kenner's Tarot for Writers, because there's specific pages I want to reference for ideas. Notice she has these writing prompts and key symbols lists. I want to have like emergency backup if your writer's blocked options here. I don't want to hard plot anything out. I'm kind of going at this from a plantster mindset. I'm just planting the seeds of the greater plot and seeing how the characters will then participate in it long run. Thank you all for spending a double down day with me behind the scenes, and thank you for your patience with getting this vlog out to you a day late. Tomorrow, October the 10th, 2023, I will also be doing the Edit With Me Live, where I'll be combining these 2 documents together, and I'll also be wrapping that up on the 15th. We are doing the virtual writing retreat weekend for Heart Breathings, October the 20th, 21st, and 22nd. Please check all of the links in the description boxes below if you want to come along for the ride. And I'm here to cheer you on so much during the next couple of weeks and months. Thank you for being here to cheer me on too. Above all, take care of yourself, Stop believing the lies other people tell you. I know you're worth it. Bye. Happy Preptober. You've got this.